Welcome to The Perspective. I'm Davis Ayega. This is the show that brings you the insights of some of the newsmakers in the country, where they get to contextualize and analyze some of the current happenings which are happening in the country. And in our first show, we are delighted to have the Senate Speaker, Kenneth Lusaka, who's going to talk about a myriad of issues regarding the political temperatures in the country, the Building Bridges initiative, the state of the economy, and the role the Senate plays in putting Kenya in a better place. Welcome, Mr. Speaker. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Thank you for having us.
Right.
You have a beautiful home.
Thank you so much.
Before we start matters 2020, how was your 2019?
Yeah, 2019 was a very, very challenging year. Of course, as a Senate, there are a number of issues that came up, and of course, we tried our level best. Remember that Kenya being a bicameral system, and just like any bicameral system, sometimes there is that tension between the two houses, that's the National Assembly and the Senate, and it's not new to Kenya. So 2019 was characterized by such, and of course the most difficult one was the standoff between the National Assembly and the Senate over the division of revenue money, where the Senate, as a custodian of devolution and, whose mandate under Constitution Article 96 is to defend the counties and the county governments, was vouching for more funds to go to the counties, and the National Assembly was stuck on some figure. So that brought a standoff, and even after mediation, you realize that things were not working until we realized the counties were hurting, and then we decided to climb down and said, let us, for the sake of the devolution and the counties, let whatever had been proposed, in mediation and agreed upon, be the figure to go to the counties. But of course, we also had quite a number of successes. We were able to continue with our Senate Mashinani initiative. Remember, we started in 2018, and last year we went to Kitui. We started with Nigishu. Last year we were in Kitui, and it was a very, very big success. We were also able to push through a number of bills, the Assumption of Office bill, which clearly stipulates how, the transition when one governor exits and how another one takes over.
We switch gears to matters BBI, Building Bridges Initiative. Good document?
Yeah, I think it was a good document, a balanced document, and you could see that unlike what was highly anticipated, there was support from across the political divide. Everybody said it's a good report, because I think there was a very good balance in terms of the proposals that were being made. So far, I think it is a good report. Now, I don't know what's going to happen as it goes out there, but so far, you realize it attracted a lot of support from across the board.
Siaya Senator James Orengo, sparked a storm recently when he said the implementation of the document, the 156-page document, should be done before June. From where you sit, do you see any possibility of a referendum?
Referendum is politics. Okay. And when you're talking about, you remember the referendum of 2005, the banana and orange. It was so divisive. It divided this country. There are places where you could not sell oranges. There are places where you could not sell bananas. So, in my view, I think what he was saying is that if that has to take place, because then, the country will be moving very fast towards elections. If that were to happen after, if we have a referendum, one, we are going to forget about development. And then because it's going to be politics, and you see the country is already getting a bit polarized. So that means we will get into a referendum, and it will go on and build up until 2022. And you see, lines will already be drawn. Because if we go into a referendum, there are people who will support, there are people who will oppose, depending on what the question will be. And people are going to mobilize their troops to get into that. So I think for now, if we really must support the president to achieve his agenda that he has set the country to focus on, then we need to focus on the agenda and avoid that route as much as possible. If we go that route, then we must make a decision as a country that, okay, this is where we're going. Let us get into politics. We'll pick up with development in 2022. And I don't think that is where we want to go, because the president has a legacy. He wants to leave a legacy. He wants to leave a country with having achieved the things that he has set out to achieve. So I think that is a route that, if you ask me, we should be able to be careful about. If there are other ways of sorting out these issues in the BBI, then that would be the best, with less acrimony and, not dividing the country and all that kind of, all those things that can come with that.
In your own personal opinion, do you support the parliamentary route or the popular vote?
Because everybody is represented by a member of parliament. And in representative democracy, you believe that what the member of parliament or the member of the county assembly will be saying is representative of what the people are saying, because you are elected to represent the people. And therefore, it is expected that if the matter comes to the parliament, either to the National Assembly or to the Senate, it's assumed that the senator from Bungoma, for example, Wetangula, will consult the people of Bungoma to tell him what they want. Members of parliament, Didmas, Dan Wanyama, Kapondi, and all those will consult their constituents and right up to the member of the county assembly. So that by the time they are going to the county assembly, Senate, or the National Assembly, they are representing the views of the people. So instead of burdening the people again, going to ask them, you have already asked them. For example, the committee went around seeking for views, and they have already given their views on what it is. Why don't you then take it to parliament, and then the matter then be discussed and a solution found.
So no referendum for you?
Given like I've mentioned earlier, given what it portends, and we have seen a referendum in this country, what it does, given the pitfalls and what is likely to generate into, that would be a dangerous route to follow. Cannot contradict my president, that is for a fact, and that must be on record. If he says referendum, that I cannot contradict him. I will support referendum. He's my president, and also he's a party leader, and the party that proposed my name to the Senate. So if he says that's the route, that's okay. I was just giving my own opinion that that can easily derail us from what we want to achieve.